live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. The Knicks have young talent and some promising draft picks. For that reason, they feel they're well-positioned to trade for a star if one becomes available. The Knicks front office member described that as the best path for them. Guys, in the Big Apple, there is little patience for a long rebuild.
A little patience indeed. That's interesting. Thank you, David. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic hold down the post for them. Murray and Harris, the guard set, and it's Barton in at the 3 set. And for the Knicks, underneath in the post, it's Randall and Robinson. Filling out the wings are Bullock and Barrett, and it's Payton in at the point. And we're at the starting gates of a long NBA season, and for a team looking, Doris, to go all the way, what's most important to establish early?
Well, I think first and foremost, commitment to the collective, meaning are you putting team first? And obviously there's always new faces. Can you integrate those personalities and the basketball skill set, get everyone on the same page? There's so much to be worked out early. Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
Randall outside. It's Robinson, top of the key. Pass to Barrett. Shoots a fader. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Murray finds Jokic. To the middle. Knocked loose. Payton with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Over to the wing. Robinson sets a screen for Randall. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, the defense is smart to get close to Randall, but he powers through it anyway.
Here's Murray. Passes it to Jokic. Barton kicks to Murray. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Jokic with the bucket.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
And there's the pass to Bullock. It's Barrett on the wing. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Randall a screen on Barton. Barrett. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. They get a hand on it.
And with what we saw in the bubble, Murray has clearly elevated his game. Showed that he could be a #1 option on offense. I mean, his output was an incredible part of that run for the Nuggets.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance?
You know, Greg, the further we went into the playoffs, the more Jamal Murray looked like a star.
I mean, Kevin, big shots in clutch situations. Logged heavy minutes, but, you know, never wavered. A truly heroic performance from Murray all postseason.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
Now here is Robinson. Barrett for 3. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Barton dishes to Murray. Inside. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Back to Payton. Pass to Robinson. Just 5 on the clock. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid-30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with the hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses.
Endorse, the Knicks have made it clear they see Mitchell Robinson as one of their key young players moving forward.
So would I, Greg, if I had a quick twitch 7-footer with the shot blocking abilities, the defensive instincts, and this guy is putting in the time to grow his game on the offensive end. Listen, Mitchell Robinson's going to be a problem in this league.
Now here's Randall following the miss by Jamal Murray. Randall passes to Robinson. Robinson against Murray. Three-pointer. And no good that time.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Randall surveying the D. His three-pointer's off the mark. And so it's Barton bringing it up for Denver. Pass to Harris. At the elbow, Jokic. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
And checking out some numbers for Barrett, how he performed last season. He was around 14 points a game last year, 5 rebounds and 2 assists. And right now for him, it's about gaining experience and continuing to develop his game.
This is a man's game, and you've got to earn your minutes in this league. This guy, his time will come eventually.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Payton finds Randall. Back to Payton. It's Barrett on the wing. Clock at 4. It's tipped. And another turnover here by New York.
A moment here now to see the numbers for Mitchell Robinson. He had a strong showing last season. First in shooting percentage. And he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And last year, he really was the poster boy for scoring efficiency. You could count on one hand the number of bad shots he took. Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Number 1, Mitchell Robinson.
He didn't miss many easy chances last year, and he made the most of the tough ones as well. What a fantastic percentage.
Harris outside. Outside Millsap. Murray for 3. The Knicks pull it in.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Here's Randall, and it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap with great hands and the anticipation there to block the shot.
Murray with it. Now Payton defending. Murray, good.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Payton with the ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Randall kicks to Barrett. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to go on Will Barton.
Yeah, there's a determination and sheer force of will that R.J. Barrett plays with. He feels contact, and he loves it.
And the free throw, no good. Greg, you and I talk about the big man, his role in the current NBA, and how they can possibly carry the standard for the great centers before them. And you played with the great one in Patrick Ewing, so you have a great appreciation, I would think, for it.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I think two guys kind of separated themselves a little bit. Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid, I think, are the two guys that stand out for me because of their ability, in essence, to do everything well. They can shoot it, they pass it, they can shoot it from the free throw line, they give you rim protection. I throw Rudy Gobert up there as an elite center as well. Doesn't have the offensive impact that those guys have, but he does impact the game as well.
Three young, dynamic centers. Those are good names. Harris, good.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Now here's Randall. His last outing, he had 18 points. Robinson against Murray. Robinson kicks to Randall. And here's Bullock from the arc. Buries it from three-point range.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Jokic. Robinson with the block.
This guy's nose for the basketball, and his timing as a shot blocker is intimidating. Mitchell Robinson so quick off his feet.
Now here's Bullock. Randall outside. Lets it go from deep. And again, New York with the triple. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for New York.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've gotten off turnovers.
And here's Peyton. He'll bring it up for New York. Timeout. And the Knicks decide to take their first timeout here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
Kevin Knox is checked in for R.J. Barrett. Randall left side. They get a hand on it, and the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul. Passes it to Knox. Clock at 6. He dishes it to Peyton. From deep.
Love the determination by Murray on defense, really doing his best to pester these shooters.
Outside Millsap. Now, here's Jokic. He had 15 points last outing. Stolen by Bullock. Here's Knox. The pass to Robinson. For Murray. Moves back up. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Gary Harris.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Knicks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Both teams deciding to change it up. And so Bullock nails both of them.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Pass to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
New York's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Noel, a screen on Morris. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. Bullock passes to Knox. New York, no good that time either. For Denver, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Jokic with it, now guarded by Noel. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Jokic sets the screen for Morris. Just 5 to shoot. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. To the middle. Here's Noel. The shot comes out. Good defense by Jokic. Denver's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Morris outside. Pass to Jokic. Knocked away. Back to Morris from past the arc. And again, Denver with the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Underrated coming into the league and underestimated. Millsap doesn't have any doubters anymore.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Denver.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
I think the other thing they've had going for them is their passing. Plenty of their baskets have come off assists.
And he knocks down the first one. A different look for New York. R.J. Barrett's checked in for Julius Randle, and it's Rivers in for Reggie Bullock. The Nuggets also changing it up. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Jokic, and Murray's subbed in for Harris. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
There's 1:38 left in the first quarter. And Barrett gets it to go.
Well, it's all about how do you get the best players on your team, the shots they want in the offense. Put RJ in pick and roll and let him go to work.
Now here's Millsap. Morris outside. Here's Hartenstein. 13 feet away. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got 5 now.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
Driving inside. And the shot goes in.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Denver in the lead. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Rivers against Murray. And the layup falls. He's got 7.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
Noel, a screen on Morris. He takes it in. A nice shot by Rivers.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now, here is Morris. 12 points his last outing. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Millsap up top. Passes it to Hartenstein. 4 on the shot clock.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. They throw good Murray.
And Murray has it all. A deadly shooter and a remarkable penetrator. Terrific guard play.
That one is no good. Now Barrett. The three. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nuggets lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a few thoughts about how to help his team succeed.
Selfless. I mean, you need to took your pride, you took your ego out, just to be part of the team and do whatever you need to do to be the best player in your roles.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Just stretching out the floor that first, they had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
Barrett and Randall up in the forward positions. And it's Rivers. And there's Nerlens Noel. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Always a bonus when points come from unlikely sources. And you can see this guy's been working on that shot.
Quickly, he's covered by Murray.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Green, the pass to Hartenstein. Here's Dozier. Morris looking over the floor. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Hartenstein. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, looking for offense inside as they try to chip away at this lead here in the second.
The Nuggets shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things, winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Well, January 15th of 2015 provided a special moment in NBA history. Austin Rivers made his debut for the Clippers guys, who were coached, of course, by Doc Rivers. That was the first time in history a father coached his son in an NBA game. What a special, special time.
Rivers hits both of them. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, thank you and good evening. The Knicks made changes in coaching and the front office since the start of last season. But the question is, can they move forward? Their last winning season was back in 2013. Amidst the frenzy that is the media in New York, They'd like to make headlines going forward for all the right reasons this time. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
The number 3 pick back in the 2019 draft, RJ wanted to play for the Knicks. He knew it wouldn't be easy with all the turmoil last season. Boy, was that an understatement.
No good on the free throw. And you know, Greg, you asked Barrett, he said he felt better prepared for the glare of the New York media after his one season at Duke because, you know, playing there is in the national limelight. You're on a star-studded team.
Yeah, I mean, playing with Zion Williamson, Cam Reddish, and Trey Jones, the Knicks could use a little more star talent, though, if they're going to turn the corner.
And he's good on the second.
What R.J. Barrett brings to the table nightly is an incredible array of basketball skills offensively and tireless energy. If he can get consistent with his perimeter game, he's going to be very difficult to deal with for a long time. Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Randall kicks to Rivers. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Rivers has got 6.
You love seeing Austin Rivers play in the pick and roll. Very seldom will he make a mistake orchestrating this look.
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, that's 2 fouls on him early. He'll have to be careful not to pick up another one.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And it's Murray penetrating. And the wide open shot from Green. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And slam dunk by Noel.
Well, the coaching staff loves seeing this kind of playmaking from Austin Rivers, the willingness to share the basketball.
Murray surveying the D. Count it. Good.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
There's the drive. Picked him clean. Nifty move. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Murray is so skilled at drawing these types of fouls. He loves getting to the charity stripe.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line?
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And the first one at the line is good. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Now here's Rivers. He has 6. And slam dunk by Noel.
And that's an example of his athleticism, right? Nerlens Noel, the ability to leap up and ram it home.
Mitchell Robinson's checked in for New York. Martin's checked in for the Nuggets. Gary Harris comes in for Murray. Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Here's Morris. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Morris has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Knicks trail by 4. And here's Rivers. Last game he had 12. Driving to the basket. A slam dunk by Robinson.
Well, Mitchell Robinson will take it to the rim with authority every chance he gets.
And so it's Barton bringing it up for Denver. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. And that'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Randall passes to Robinson. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic, but boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Morris passes to Hartenstein. Robinson with the block, but they recover it. 5 to shoot. Tries again. That's good on the jump shot. Morris has got 4 this quarter.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
And the pass to Randall. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Denver with the rebound. Martin surveying the floor. Down low. Here's Hartenstein.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
I'll tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Morris against Barrett. To the paint. And Barton throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Now, here is Morris. He's got 9. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Randall passes to Robinson. Kicks it to Rivers. New York moving the ball around. Plays it in without an inch of room around him. Rivers has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, tremendous composure on the interior from the guard, Austin Rivers. He's got the frame to complete that play.
A different look for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Millsap comes in for Green, and it's Jamal Murray in for Monte Morris.
And Doris, while he's kind of welcomed the spotlight of playing in New York, off the court, R.J. Barrett more of a homebody.
Right, and I love that because this is a young man who's committed to his craft. All of his energy is on becoming the best NBA player he can possibly be. But Greg, 100% correct. He's got the temperament and maturity to face the pressure of New York.
Here's Knox after the basket by Will Barton. Payton with the ball. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Because of the level of athleticism and speed, it is difficult to stop Elfrid Payton. Nicely done.
Murray a screen on Robinson. Jokic with it. Now Payton defending. And it's Jokic missing. Knicks trail by 6. Payton looking it over. Pass to Barrett. Back to Payton. The shot, no good. Murray with the defensive effort. Barton outside. Pass to Jokic. Payton with some nice D.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Back to Knox. The tray. Drills it from outside. Knox has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, if Kevin Knox has that confidence going, the three-point shot is easy for him.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. And he drives it.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Now, here's Barrett. He's got 13. To the inside, and stolen by Barton. Millsap inside. Robinson on him. Harris kicks to Jokic. Bucket is good.
A nice touch on the jump shot. Jokic's shooting ability changes his team's definition of spacing.
New York calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
The Knicks making a switch here. Randall's checked in, and a switch here also for Denver. Dozier's checked in. Outside Robinson. In the corner, Barrett with it. Barrett against Barton. Passes it to Millsap. Over Payton. And it's Millsap. That time on the assist by Barton. And that's now 6 points for Millsap. 1:53 left in the first half. Payton outside. Handle outside. Back to Payton. 6 to shoot. Payton with a screen on Jokic. Robinson passes to Barrett. New York, no good that time either. The Nuggets leading by 9. Murray outside. And stolen by Payton. He feeds it to Randall. No good. Good defense by Jokic. Here's Murray. Last game out, he had 14. Here he goes. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now the pass to Barrett. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Jokic.
This is who R.J. Barrett is. Fearless scorer, wants to draw contact and get himself to the line.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line.
And just doing a much better job of getting to the line this quarter than he did in the first.
Murray against Payton. Count the basket.
The rhythm, the timing. When Murray is in sync, that pull-up jumper is a thing of beauty.
Some nice passing by New York here. Barrett kicks to Payton. Inside. Oh, and the jam by Barrett.
Oh, my goodness, that was electric. R.J. Barrett with a little flash.
The Knicks have taken 10 shots from the free throw line up to this point and made 6 of them.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. And it's Millsap with the ball for Denver. Murray for 3. Randall grabs the board. In the corner, Knox with it. Fires the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Knox is going to back down to within single digits for the Knicks.
I'll tell you, not much the defense can do right now. Kevin Knox, against excellent defense, makes the jumper pretty.
What a performance by Jamal Murray. He has been the story for the Denver Nuggets. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Mike Malone. How has ball movement opened up things for you offensively?
Every game we have where we get into a one-on-one game, over-dribbling, not passing, we become very easy to guard. The good thing about tonight is the ball is moving. We're trying to make plays for each other. When we move the ball, we get high percentage shots, which is all we can ask for.
Thanks very much for your time, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Jamal Murray has been the story in this one. He ended up with 19 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. He didn't perform up to his standards in their last game. Tonight's a different story. He obviously has a short memory. Shaq, let's get your take on Denver.
Well, the offense for them looked really nice. They ran a well-polished scheme and did not seem to struggle at all. The players were communicating. You know, they knew what the coaching staff was calling for. Maybe they're not running away with this game yet, but they're in great position. And over to Kenny. Your thoughts on the Knicks' first half?
They aren't playing tight enough defense. That's pretty clear. There needs to be a lot better communication. Guys are playing defense on an island a lot of times, and that's getting them burned.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. It's been one outstanding game from Jamal Murray.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Murray and Harris, the guard set. Millsap and Jokic hold down the post for them. And it's Barton in at the 3. Right wing, Randall finds Robinson. Outside for Randall. Takes the three. And again, New York with the triple.
Well, Julius Randle has put in time to grow his ability to make three-point shots. Nice delivery.
And a physical presence is former Kentucky Wildcat Julius Randle. But he's got some mobility to go along with it, able to move and attack in transition.
You know, people have talked about Julius Randle's game. He's a power driver, isn't he, Greg? I mean, the guy just bulldozes all the way in.
I like that phrase, Kev. You know, very fluid for his size. A pretty good ball handler and passer. I think his shooting is where he's still filling in the gaps.
First free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And it's the Knicks with the ball. They trail by 6. Pass to Robinson. Back to Payton. Pass to Bullock. Clock at 6. And he just jams it right over Paul Millsap. What a play.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Free throw good. Bullock. Now Murray. 21 points in the game. Millsap a screen on Payton. Randall against Murray. Driving in. That one falls.
How about the strength of Murray finishing the shot off easily, even with the harm?
The Nuggets have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Free throw good. Murray. Here's Payton. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. There's the dish to Barrett. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
There's a strength to R.J. Barrett that belies that thin frame. He's got toughness and the willingness to absorb contact.
Now, here's Jokic. He has 6. And here's Harris from the arc. It's rebounded by New York. Randall's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Barrett. To the paint. It's deflected. And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Randall.
Well, that's Randall working in his comfort zone. You can see how confident he is on his ability to score inside.
Stolen by Robinson. Over in the corner, Randall. Back to Payton. There's the pass to Barrett. No one near Randall as he lets it go. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Jokic inside. Guarded by Robinson. Barton outside. Just 5 on the clock. Over Barrett. Off the left rim and out. And so Payton will bring it up for New York. A 2-point game. Down low. Pass to Barrett. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Harris passes to Millsap. Here's Jokic. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And here's Bullock from the arc. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Millsap a screen on Payton. They could use a bucket. Murray, good. Murray's got 26 points.
And with Murray, you have an all-around scorer, someone who feels comfortable shooting from just about any spot on the court.
Randall against Millsap. Millsap with the steal. Wide open look here for Murray. Sinks the triple. Murray's got 10 points here in the second half.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Pass to Millsap. Murray outside. Passes to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. That one doesn't go. Some solid defense from Robinson. Knicks trail by 5 to the wing on the left. Bullock passes to Robinson. The 3. Bullock, good. Bullock's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, how about the awareness from the big man? We think of Mr. Robinson as a shot blocker. What a pretty pass.
To the right side. Randall outside. Payton outside. There's the drive. Robinson. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Robinson's got the game tied up here for the Knicks.
What a presence Mitchell Robinson has given this team on the interior. He knows he can be a threat on the offensive glass.
Millsap with it. Now defended by Randall. Millsap kicks to Murray. And there's the pass to Jokic. That one goes in. Jokic has got 8 points.
And this is where Jokic is most comfortable. The closer he is to the rim, the more effective he becomes.
Lobbed up there for Robinson. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
You've got to have a great sense of timing on the alley-oop pass. Fantastic finish by Mitchell Robinson.
Pass to Jokic. Denver passing it around. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Now, here's Bullock. 11 points in the game. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice. Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Morris is checked in for Denver.
A moment here to see some numbers for Payton. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged 10 points per game, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Now, here's Jokic. He's got 10. And here is Payton. Trying to get open is Robinson. Payton, that's good. Payton's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, there's no question that Elfrid Payton has got a solid handle. He can get where he wants to go on the floor.
Barton outside. Jokic high post. Robinson on him. 5 on the clock. Pass to Millsap. Denver needs to get off a shot. And here's Harris from the arc. It's rebounded by Barrett. Barrett's got his 5th rebound in this one. And after establishing himself as a key player in Denver, Gary Harris's play, trailing off the last couple seasons. Greg, what's your read there?
I really feel like, Kevin, injuries have played a part, an extended cold streak, but the Nuggets didn't lose faith. He helped build their success over the years, and they consider him a key piece moving forward as well.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And a star player at Kentucky, Julius Randle, selected 7th back in 2014.
And it's not easy as a young player to overcome an injury early, but Julius has done that, and he has proven capable as a scorer in the NBA, and that, to me, is where he can make his mark.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
It's very hard to envision a tougher start to a young man's career. Think back, Julius Randle broke his leg in his first NBA game. But to his great credit, he wasted no time getting healthy and becoming productive.
He hits both from the stripe. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. Jokic with his screen on Payton. The Nuggets with another miss. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Now here's Payton. It's Barrett on the wing. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Barrett's got the lead up to 4 now for the Knicks.
Well, what you've seen from R.J. Barrett is attack mode. The coaching staff wants him to sustain this level of aggression.
Morris dishes to Harris. Barton outside. Passes it to Jokic. 6 to shoot. Back to Barton. Over Barrett. Denver gets it back. Millsap. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
The crafty veteran likes seeing Millsap be aggressive and really force the defense to get physical.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for New York.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
Take a break.
Now, the other thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint. Plenty of their points coming from close range.
Free throw good for Millsap.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Knox, he's checked in for Barrett. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Denver. Jamal Murray comes in for Gary Harris. He's off on the second. Barton, no luck.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Payton passes to Knox. Payton outside. There's the pick. And it's Bullock in the corner. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Noel's checked in for New York. And Denver with a change here too. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Paul Millsap. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
Close games can boil down to who makes plays on defense, and that is one heck of a rejection right there.
Murray against Payton. Randle with a screen for Payton. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 5. And stolen by Murray. Barton outside. Dishes it to Morris. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Murray against Payton. The pass to Knox. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. The Nuggets trailed by 3. Morris finds Green. Gets the bucket and the foul. Julius Randle picks one up.
Just great use of the rim to shield the defender from the ball and finish on the reverse.
For Denver, they have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10.
One shot.
That one drops. He ties it up. New York's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Beyond the arc. They get the rebound. Good on the bucket. Noel's got 6.
Don't you love how Noel just sticks with it? Never gives up on the possession, working really hard for his guys.
Green with a screen on Payton. Murray kicks to Morris. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. As we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Now here's Payton to the left side wing. 1:15 left to play here in the 3rd. And stolen by Barton. With the floater, and it's denied.
This is the effort they need from Kevin Knox on the defensive end. What a block.
Takes it inside, and it's good. 2 points. Knox has got his 3rd bucket of the night. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. Green with a screen on Payton. Murray against Payton. Barton in the corner. Lets it go with a 3. Another 3 for Denver.
And the precise passing of Murray, really moving the ball well around the floor.
To the left wing. And Jermichael Green picks up the foul. That's his 1st foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Denver in the lead.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that.
Oh, my goodness! Wow. What a play!
I think Murray's toughness gives him an edge on drives. He just doesn't back down.
He gets it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Nuggets on top, ending the 3rd quarter on a 12-4 run. And we're just moments away from the start of the 4th quarter. Stay with us. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Barrett and Knox in at the forward positions. Then it's Noel. Then there's Austin Rivers. That's the 5 for New York right now. Pass to Morris. Murray with it. Pass to Jokic. And here is Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got his 4th assist in this one. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Denver?
their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
Yeah, and one more stat that jumps out is their steal total. They have wreaked havoc on the defensive end.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
And there's the drive. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. In the corner, it's Morris. Another three for Denver.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
The Knicks making a switch here. Randall's checked in, and on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey, guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. We'll see if they've got enough left to get over the top, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Driving to the basket. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Wednesday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Both good from the line that time. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Going in. Oh!
And like the initiative there, Jokic seen an opportunity to get inside and just attack it.
Here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Murray outside. And the call up against Jokic. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And you know, guys, in the first half, he was a lot more focused. Maybe he's feeling the heat of the defense a bit more here in the second.
Pass to Barrett. Puts up a three, and the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Nuggets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Green against Randall. Green passes to Jokic. It's good. 16 points for Jokic.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
The pass to Noel. He kicks to Rivers. There's a screen by Noel. To the middle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Clock at 2. No problems knocking that one down. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Pass to Dozier. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by New York. Noel's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Quickly, he's covered by Murray. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. That free throw, no good. Kevin Knox is checked in for Noel. Harris is checked in for Denver. And it's tied up with that one.
Yeah. Look, you'd like to take the lead on that possession, but at least he was able to tie the game up.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
2 shots.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
The first one falls.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape, and boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
And Jokic drops them both. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned, and I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body, and I think we will see that in time.
Morris outside. Down low. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Morris. Morris has got assist number 5 here tonight. For New York, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Here's Knox, guarded by Green. Knox misses. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. To the paint, here's Jokic, and it's good. He's made 2 for every one he's missed. 10 of 15 in the contest.
Yeah, Jokic seems determined to have a big night. So far, he's been successful.
Now, here's Bullock. Payton with the ball. Now defended by Jokic.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And the first one drops.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Will Barton, he's checked in for the Nuggets. So he picks up just one from the line that time. Denver leading by 3. Morris outside, pass to Green. Chalk up 2 there.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Passes it to Knox. New York moving it around. Out to Payton. Takes a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Payton's got 4 points this quarter.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Morris into the lane, and Morris throws it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh.
Bullock with it. Harris is there. 5 to shoot. This one for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
To the inside. And the shot goes in. Jokic has got 18 points now here in the second half.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
The pass to Knox. It's Robinson high post. He's against Jokic. Here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with him.
Up top, Morris. Covered by Payton. And that one drops. Morris has got 19 points.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Knox the pass to Bullock. Barton against Barrett. Here's Knox. To get open is Robinson. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Denver's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Morris kicks to Harris. And he's way off from outside.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Here's Payton. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a 3-point play. It's going to be on Jokic.
Guys, I like that strength on display from Elfrid Payton. Sticks with it despite getting bodied up.
Nerlens Noel checks in for the Knicks. And then for Denver, Millsap comes in for Green, and it's Jamal Murray in for Monte Morris. And that one misses. The Nuggets trail. Here's Millsap. Murray outside. That shot off the mark. The Knicks go the other way with it. With the drive, and it's sent back by Millsap. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. The Knicks making a switch here. Rivers checked in. Here's Payton. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. pass to Bullock. Robinson against Jokic. Here's Barrett. Offensive rebound. And they pick up 2. Barrett's got the lead up to 4 now for the Knicks.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
Here's Jokic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Mitchell Robinson.
A nightly double-double threat. Jokic is also an exceptional playmaker for a guy that size.
Shooting 2.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
He doesn't get the second one.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Barrett the pass to Robinson. Ball's knocked loose. And it's Bullock in the corner. There's the 3, and that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Bullock's got a pair of 3s here in the 4th quarter for the Knicks. Payton against Murray. And Robinson comes to help from 13. Jokic, no good.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Robinson kicks to Payton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. That's good from Payton. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And he has been battling some serious demons at the line tonight. Good to see him finally come through on that trip.
Murray. Oh!
I have to enjoy seeing Murray jam it down. His vertical is very impressive.
One shot.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Rivers passes to Robinson. Now Bullock. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the dunk by Payton.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Murray against Payton. Inside. Back to Murray. Millsap in the corner. And the 3 off target.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Payton driving inside. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Dozier's checked in. The Nuggets trail by 7. Murray outside. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Murray, the pass to Harris. Puts it up from 12. That one off the back iron and out. New York leading by 7. Payton dishes to Bullock. Pass to Rivers. From past the arc. Buries the long-range jumper.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for New York.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for R.J. Barrett.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Rivers. .52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
Payton up top. 5 on the clock. Here's Bullock. And again, it's New York.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Murray, the pass to...
Oh, that's unbelievable.
How many times have we seen Millsap throw it down? We've known about his leaping ability for years.
And here is Payton. So no problem for New York as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. With Elfrid Payton, and the jumper was falling tonight. I know that's something you've worked on a lot over the last couple of years, so when it finally starts to flow and fall, how does that feel?
It feels good. Hard work paying off, but, I still got a lot of work to do. Just got to keep working at it.
Well, it looks like things are finally starting to slow down for you, Elfrid. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
You